Tonight, a powerful demand sent to the city, an enforcement action calling for Chicago police to stop raiding the wrong homes and violating citizens' civil rights.
This action from a team of lawyers who fought for the federal consent decree. It comes after a 2-year probe by CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini.
Through this door?
Yes, yes.
And then they came right up on you?
Yes, yes.
And they had guns?
Yes.
And you had your granddaughter
Yes,
in
yes,
your arms?
like this exactly.
Kame Lazar held her 4-year-old granddaughter, Lealina, as a heavily armed team of Chicago police officers, captured here by a security camera, charged into their apartment building, busting through doors and raiding their home in February.
And I was praying. I was praying my rosary, and I scarf in my head, and I hear, noise.
They were sitting just feet from the door, deep in prayer, when police came barreling in.
This door, they opened very hard, push.
A confidential informant told officers Lazar's 33-year-old son had a handgun without the required firearm owner's identification card.
They had a search warrant.
Yeah.
But she says her son doesn't even live here. He lives in California, and if police would have investigated the tip, they might have avoided raiding another wrong home and pointing guns at another innocent family, including a child.
Do you think they knew there was a child in here?
No.
Okay, because they're supposed to now make sure if there's children here.
Yes.
CPD is still continuing to break into families' homes, point guns at little kids. CPD continues to treat kids, black and brown families, like they're less than human.
Craig Futterman is part of a team of lawyers who forced sweeping reforms in the Chicago Police Department through a federal court order aimed at stopping excessive use of force.
You can't have this, a consent decree in Chicago that's supposed to address patterns and practices of police violence, and then the same old thing keeps going on.
Futterman just sent this 14-page demand to the city, an enforcement action, repeatedly citing what the CBS 2 investigators uncovered, a disturbing pattern of wrong raids in Chicago's black and brown neighborhoods.
Chicago Police Certified!
It demands police stop violating the 2019 court-ordered consent decree and add new policies to protect families from abusive, discriminatory raids.
Get on the ground!
You are violating this decree, you're violating the Constitution, you're violating the law. Stop.
The demand for action accuses CPD of continuing to inflict unreasonable and excessive force, including in the presence of children and their caregivers.
Did they point the guns at you? They did?
It cites all of the wrong raids CBS 2 uncovered since we started our probe 2 years ago, revealing guns repeatedly pointed at kids.
They had their finger on a trigger.
Including high-powered rifles like the one pointed at this 7-year-old and his 14-year-old sister last year.
Please do not shoot me.
You're fine.
You don't terrorize innocent families. You don't point guns at little kids.
What was your reaction when you saw guns pointed at those children?
Rage. You're talking about traumatizing. Trauma, real trauma, to kids when they're that age. You don't just recover and get over that.
Futterman also is demanding CPD stop targeting black and brown families,
Open, go in, watch the right.
citing what we found after battling CPD for more than a year to get search warrant records the department tried to keep secret. Digging through CPD's own data from 2016 to 2019, we found they almost never raid white neighborhoods. The neighborhoods with the most raids were almost entirely all black or Latino.
We the targets, black people.
What the whole consent decree is about, it's about patterns and practices of police violence in Chicago directed at black and brown folks.
Patterns of corruption dating back decades, costing taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars.
I exercise my Fifth Amendment right.
From Commander John Burgess' torture to the mass corruption inside a special operations unit and interrogations that were kept off the books inside Home and Square to the killing of Laquan McDonald and cover-up. After McDonald's murder, the U.S. Justice Department launched an investigation and confirmed that pattern existed. findings that led to a consent decree mandating police reforms and the required use of body cameras. But the latest demand for enforcement delivered to the city today cites case after case uncovered by the CBS 2 investigators, where cameras were either not worn, turned on too late, or shut off too soon. Watch as this sergeant, just 2 minutes into a raid last summer, orders his team to kill cameras.
Hey, if everybody's secure, we can kill cameras.
After CBS 2 exposed the misuse of body cameras, the city said in January all raids must have at least 2 officers with body cameras rolling at all times. But 1 month later, when Kame Lazar's apartment was raided, the only video we know exists is from her security cameras.
No sign that there was a body camera on the inside of the apartment.
The family's attorney, Al Hofeld Jr., who now represents dozens of children whose homes were wrongly raided, says no body cams means no evidence of gun pointing and other alleged mistreatment.
There should be a strict prohibition or mandate that officers not point their firearms at children.
How about we wear body cams? How about every officer who is involved in raiding a family's home is wearing a body camera, and that they have it on and they keep it on throughout the entire raid? We're trying to stop this. We're trying to do what CBS has really done by blowing this up and making it visible for the world to see.
So why doesn't it stop? In Futterman's demands to the city, he blames absence of accountability. To date, CPD has failed to discipline any officer for their conduct during any of the abusive raids reported by CBS.
Just rampant, unchecked police abuse, the lack of police accountability is hurting the entire city. And the lack of police accountability also just eviscerates any kind of a trust.
In fact, our analysis of CPD's own data reveals the top 12 officers who led the most negative raids when nothing was found and no arrest was made racked up a combined 446 citizen complaints. 87 were use of force complaints. Not a single one was sustained. 0. One of those officers was part of the team that raided Kame Lazar's home.
They flipped the bed?
Yeah, they do like this.
No gun was found and no arrests were made. They didn't even notice they were on camera until they already left.
How do you feel about the police?
I don't feel comfortable. I scared.
You're scared?
Yeah, I scared.
The enforcement action breaks down a list of demands for CPD. Among them are making sure officers check to see if any children are there before raiding a home, creating a system to track every time they enter the wrong place, and disciplining officers when they do get it wrong so it doesn't happen again. If the city doesn't comply with these demands, the attorneys say they'll take CPD back to federal court. Dave Savini, CBS 2 Investigators.
To see more of Dave's investigations into wrong raids, click on the CBS 2 Investigators tab on our new app. Search CBS Chicago where you get your apps.